Hello, my lovelies. Do you like ladybugs? Let me read you a story called Ladybugs for Loretta by Lois Wickstrom, illustrated by Simeon. Loretta was a mischievous girl who lived in a cabin high up in the mountains of Colorado. In the spring, when she planted her garden, she put the empty seed packets in the wrong places to confuse the squirrels. In the summer, she hid among the pea vines and made jungle noises to scare away raccoons. Then she ate all the sugar peas and didn't leave any for dinner. In the fall, she climbed the apple tree and sat on a branch munching ripe red apples. When her mother wheeled the hayfield wheelbarrow below her, Loretta pretended she was a monkey and swung down onto the pale yellow hay. Her mother was so surprised she roared like a lion. But one winter, Loretta was the most mischievous of all. That was the winter of the ladybugs. One day, Loretta was out collecting pine needles to mulch her strawberry patch. She saw something red peeping out from behind a loose chunk of bark on a spruce tree. She investigated and saw hundreds of ladybugs huddled together. Next, she turned over a rock that was beside the tree. Underneath, she found even more ladybugs. She scooped up the ladybugs, put them into her pine needle bag, and brought them home to show her parents. "Look what I've brought for our garden," announced Loretta. "Who gardens in the middle of winter?" asked her mother. "We will just have to save them for spring," decided Loretta. As she spoke, the ladybugs in the top of her bag flew out into the room. The warmth of the cabin had made them hungry. "Quickly, Loretta, put them in the refrigerator," said her mother. Loretta put the ladybugs into the vegetable drawer beside the lettuce. Then she giggled. "Mommy, now they will eat all our food." "No," explained her mother. "Ladybugs are only hungry when they are warm. All during the cold winter, ladybugs just stay still in one place and don't eat anything. When warm weather comes in the spring, then they eat aphids and other bugs that could ruin our garden. Ladybugs are our friends." Every day after that, all winter long, Loretta went walking among the tall pine trees looking for ladybugs. Within a month, her refrigerator was so full of ladybugs there wasn't enough room for groceries. "Loretta," said her father, "I know you have all these ladybugs here, so we will have lots of food in our garden next summer. But we've got to have food now, too." "Let's give ladybugs to our neighbors," decided Loretta. Soon her neighbor's refrigerator were full of ladybugs, too, and it was only halfway to spring. "Loretta," said her mother, "we don't need any more ladybugs. Our neighbors don't need any more ladybugs. Please, leave some ladybugs to fly to other people's houses when spring comes." "But they might go to a garden where people spray poisons and then they will get killed," protested Loretta. "I know," said her mother, "but no matter how hard we try, we can't save all the ladybugs." So Loretta stopped putting ladybugs in refrigerators. Instead, she put ladybugs with their stones around the outhouse. She made a sign that read, "Don't walk on the ladybugs." Every day, Loretta walked in the woods and hunted for ladybugs. The snow thawed and spring came. Still Loretta walked in the woods, and still she found ladybugs hibernating under rocks. "Isn't it warm enough for them to come out to the garden yet?" she asked her parents. "Not yet," said her mother. "They will fly when the days get warmer," said her father. One day the weather was warm indeed. Even the snow in the shadows melted. Loretta lifted the rocks around her outhouse. The ladybugs were gone. Spring had come at last. Loretta ran into her home to tell her parents. "But where did they go?" she asked. "We don't have a garden yet for them to protect." "Look out, front on the rose bushes and strawberry plants," said her father. Loretta and her parents walked out to the front porch, and there they were, sunning themselves on every leaf of the rose bushes, and even on the tendrils of the strawberry plants that poked up from their pine needle mulch. "It's time to let our ladybugs in the refrigerator fly too," said Loretta's mother. Loretta and her mother and father took all the bags of ladybugs from the refrigerator and opened them on the back porch. A cloud of red wings rose and danced around them. Soon the ladybugs joined their friends in the front yard. When Loretta returned to the kitchen, her mother opened the refrigerator and smiled at the empty shelves. "Look," she cheered, "now we've got room for rhubarb pudding." "Wait till we fill up the refrigerator with harvest from the garden," said Loretta. Loretta went out into the front yard every day to watch her ladybugs. The ladybugs laid eggs in clusters on the leaves. At first, Loretta thought the eggs were just sticky gooey stuff. But soon she noticed the gooey stuff starting to crawl. The crawling things looked like miniature ladybugs with their colors backwards. They were black with red spots. They ate pale green aphids on the rose plants, just like grown-ups ladybugs. Her mother said, "Baby ladybugs are called ladybug larvae." A few weeks later, the tiny black ladybugs with red spots stopped moving. They formed pupae, like a caterpillar when it forms a cocoon. Then, 19 days later, they came out again. Now, they looked like proper adult ladybugs with red bodies and black spots. That summer, Loretta was happy. She had ladybugs to play with when she hid among the pea vines. She liked how they tickled when they walked on her bare arms. And when she shucked an ear of corn, she sometimes found one hiding in the husks. When she brought lettuce into the house to tear up for salad, she always found a ladybug or two hidden among the leaves. "Loretta," her mother would tease, "did you bring more ladybugs home?" "Just for dinner guests," Loretta teased back. That fall, Loretta had her best harvest ever. She and her mother and father spent weeks harvesting and canning and cutting and drying and harvesting some more. One day, when the garden was nearly bare and frost was near, Loretta went out to play with her ladybugs. She couldn't find them anywhere, not on the leaves or on the stalks, not on the vines or on the flowers. Loretta cried. "They've done their job for this year," her father comforted. "Let's look under the rocks by the outhouse." Loretta and her father went over to the outhouse, and Loretta lifted up a rock. Sure enough, they were there, a red cluster of ladybugs huddled together in the cool, damp dirt, barely squirming. "It's time for them to rest," said her father. "You can play with them again next spring." Loretta put the stone back to cover the ladybugs and protect them from the coming snow. Winter came, and even before the first snow fell, the air was frigid. Loretta bundled up to go for a walk. She carried a bag to collect pine needles to mulch her strawberry plants for winter. When she returned, she held her bag tightly closed and shouted to her mother. "Please, don't bring it into the house," her mother pleaded. "We harvested so much. There's no room in the refrigerator for ladybugs." "I won't," promised Loretta. Then she opened the bag to show her mother. It was full of pine needles to mulch the strawberry plants and protect them from winter snow. "But there are more ladybugs than ever," she announced mischievously. Did you like this story? So did I. Remember to subscribe to my channel and to press the notification bell, because I will be adding a new story every week. See you very soon. Bye.